Guys, hello, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in General. Yesterday, guys, Dijonai Carrington, okay, our favorite bad girl of the WNBA, she actually made a tweet that I found very interesting. Again, like I agree with it. I've been talking about it. Even Caitlin Clark spoke about it briefly as it pertains to the transfer portal in college. Okay, everybody and their mom seem to be hitting the transfer portal. And if you ask me, in my opinion, and including Dijonai Carrington, it's messing up with like the ecosystem, right? The rivalries, the storylines, etc., etc. So this is an article brought to you by sportingnews.com titled WNBA Star Has a Clear Solution to NCAA's Transfer Portal Problem. March Madness is over and there are still 6 days until the draft. So that means we're in the thick of a third highly contentious and thrilling part of the women's basketball year, the transfer portal season. There are plenty of opinions out there about whether or not the transfer portal works, but those opinions do little to dissuade athletes from entering the portal and exploring their athletic options elsewhere. And though it can be fun to track the portal and predict where athletes might end up, all the moving and shaking can also be a little disorienting. The transfer portal is also chipping away at the traditional student-athlete experience, wherein a basketball player receives a scholarship from one school and spends the next 4 years learning and growing there and only there. Or at least that's what Dallas Wings guard Dijonai Carrington thinks. Carrington took to X, or Twitter I like to call it, on April 8th and offered one solution for the transfer portal issue, and it's one that could really work. And this is what she wrote on her Twitter. She said, I think that there should be a one-time transfer rule. Like I said, as do I. You get one freebie. After that, you have to redshirt a year. We used to have to graduate or sit out a year on the first one. What y'all think? Carrington is definitely onto something. Athletes all get a redshirt year, which means they won't play at all in the season. In the past, a coach could use a redshirt year to offer a spot to a freshman who isn't quite ready to play yet, but they don't want to lose. An athlete can also get a red shirt for an injury or a few different reasons. Holding student athletes to this dynamic was a way to keep a bit of respect for the program that's being left and the one that an athlete is transferring to. You can go, but you have to really want it. Things are obviously different now, and those differences have consequences. Some of those, like better NIL deals for a student athlete, are tantalizing. Others, like a team rapidly falling apart after several students jump into the portal, are pretty scary, which is what's going on right now. So that's the end of the article, guys. And again, like I'm gonna post right here, like the whole interaction. Unfortunately, I can't see it, guys. I couldn't find it in my bookmark. I could have swore I bookmarked it. Let me see real quick. I don't think I did, but let me just continue talking. So Dijonai Carrington said what she said, and like this guy had to actually kind of like clap back because after she said like I believe like the transfer portal is out of control. We should only athletes should only. Oh, here it is right here. I got it, guys. Hold on. I pulled it up. I knew I bookmarked it. I know I ain't crazy. So Dijonai Carrington said, y'all have so much to say about student athletes' decisions to transfer like y'all live our lives. You only see what they want you to see. Leave us alone. Now, that's what Dijonai Carrington tweeted back in 2020. She had already graduated. If you guys don't know, Dijonai Carrington did her whole 4 years, okay, at Stanford University. Okay, she was a Cardinal. She did 4 years there, obtained 2 degrees, and then she transferred to Baylor University under Kim Mulkey, okay, in Waco, Texas. That's where she met her boo, Melissa Smith, okay? So, again, she only transferred one time. And then you got this man by the name of John. He said, what changed your mind, LMAO? So he had, like, screenshotted, what she had tweeted back in 2020, 5 years ago. And she was like, y'all need to quit picking on us. Let us, hit the transfer portal if we want to. Because, again, like, just last night she tweeted, I think this should only be a one-time transfer rule. And I agree. Listen, it breaks my heart. It's almost as if as soon as JuJu Watkins tore her ACL, right, she got out of the season. This was, 2 weeks ago? This was like 2 Mondays ago. It was like late March 27th, March 28th. Avery Howell just hit the portal. What's the other little girl name? Haley something. It's like 4 USC players just hit the portal. Like, what are we going to do for the Trojans? Dominique Harris, now, again, she's actually leaving because I believe she doesn't have any more eligibility left as a senior. She's like 22, 23. And she decided to hit the portal and she's going to redshirt. Okay, so Dominique Harris is gone. Avery Howell. It's like a lot of the Trojan girls is leaving. And it just sucked because it happened right after JuJu Watkins tore her ACL. And it's just like, where's the loyalty? Woo woo woo. Olivia Miles, for no good reason almost, it seems as though she decided to leave, Peanut Butter, aka Handy Hidalgo, aka Hannah Hidalgo, okay? Olivia Miles was the jelly, and Hannah Hidalgo was the peanut butter. They was the peanut butter jelly backcourt duo of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And she decided she leaving. And it's been breaking news, guys. I was going to do a separate video on this, but it's so much that I got to talk to y'all about, so I'm going to say it right now. Olivia Miles is actually leaving Notre Dame to go to TCU along the ranks of Sedona Prince and Haley Van Lith. Okay, so she's going to be going to Texas Christian University. Why? I don't know. To me, Notre Dame is like, they got to be ranked higher than TCU. I would have stayed at Notre Dame. Nia Latson just got picked up. She gone. She didn't hit the portal. She didn't flew into the bird's nest, so to speak. She is now officially a South Carolina Gamecock. I'm so excited. Nia Latson is very talented, and people are like, speculating like, okay, if Nia Latson is now a Gamecock, like where does this leave Milaysia Fulwiley? What's going to happen to Milaysia Fulwiley? I'm like, don't y'all start. Don't y'all start, because again, they saying like Milaysia Fulwiley, guys, I'm sorry, my ADHD, I don't know what I'm going to title this, okay? It's going to be something about Dijonai Carrington and, agreeing with me about the transfer portal, but we got to talk about it because so many women just hit the transfer portal, okay? Now, Milaysia Fulwiley, they just got beat. The Gamecocks just lost Sunday evening, okay, from the UConn Huskies. The UConn Huskies are official champions. They saying Milaysia Fulwiley's mom, her mama was on some Twitter Spaces thread going off, like on the fans, some of the teams, her teammates. It's like, listen, Milaysia Fulwiley is an incredibly talented young woman. She's a sophomore. Fortunately, unfortunately, for whatever reason, Dawn Staley is big on seniority. They say, like, her mom was talking about how it's not fair that she was not utilized enough, or she was saying things like, Milaysia Fulwiley perhaps was not utilized, effectively in ways in which she should have been utilized, saying, like, where was the minutes? To me, I can see her point, but it's like, look, we lost the game. It is what it is. Milaysia Fulwiley, she was a sophomore. Dawn Staley is all about seniority. Perhaps when she hit that junior, senior year, perhaps we'll see Milaysia Fulwiley actually become an official starter. Okay? But I don't like, people saying, like, what, Nia Latson is coming in. Milaysia Fulwiley must be on her way out. Again, I wouldn't put that out there until, like, it's actually officially set in stone. Again, I agree with Dijonai Carrington. I talked about this, okay? I talked about this. I told y'all many times. I'm like, you know what? Imagine you being, a fan of a certain player, but be they man or woman, men's college basketball, college football, tennis, sports. I don't know. Well, tennis is not like a team sport, but you know what I'm talking about. Basketball and football mainly. And like, you're a fan of that young person, and like, understand, like, you become a fan of that camaraderie. You become a fan of the culture of that team, that coach, the good sportsmanship, like, the team, like, just the overall culture. And then, like, your favorite player of that team, be it football, basketball, men's side, women's side, they decided to hit the transfer portal. It's like, okay, well, I got your jersey, which was like, sorry, God forbid, $80+ okay, with your name on it. And like, with the school's colors, the school's history, the logo. And now you going to Florida, but you was at the Maryland, university. And now, like, everybody is just like leaving, hitting the transfer portal again. It does not make for good storylines, rivalries, and it's like almost a conflict of interest. Because imagine again, like, let's say I used to play for Kim Mulkey, okay? I was a LSU Tiger. I had the transfer portal, then I'm a Gamecock. I had the transfer portal, now I'm a UConn Husky. So it's like, you already know, like, the plays, you be knowing, like, their strategies, their workouts, the way, the little, the insider tea and information. That's a conflict of interest. It's like, enough is enough. I agree with Dijonai Carrington. The transfer portal is just too hot. Again, it's been so many other young women who had just hit the transfer portal. Again, what they doing to JuJu Watkins and UConn, the USC Trojans, they're trying to break them girls. They're trying to break that team. It's like that wasn't bad enough that JuJu Watkins got hurt, and now everybody is jumping ship. Like, okay, so what are we gonna do to keep the Trojans in the game in this upcoming season? Guys, comment down below your thoughts on this whole, situation about, Dijonai Carrington, what she said. Her, the fan trying to clap back about, what changed your mind. She was like, it is what it is. But, again, Dijonai Carrington, again, she did 4 years, all 4 years at, Stanford. She was a Cardinal. And then she did 1 year at Baylor University. Again, like she pretty much practiced what she preached. She only used one transfer. Okay, and it's not because, from what we know or don't know, because, she got into it with a coach. She didn't get along with her teammates. I forgot the exact reason why she decided to choose Baylor, because again, like she told Angel Reese, she was really thinking about going to either Maryland or UConn. Okay, she could have been a Husky. She could have been teammates with Angel Reese at the University of Maryland. That would have been crazy. Again, everybody needs to just calm down and sit down. Unless, like, you are being harassed, bullied, intimidated, you're getting beat on, unless, like, you really got some serious issues, or like, you homesick, or perhaps, let's say, maybe you're getting hazed, okay? Hazing is a very dangerous form of bullying and harassment. You got some of these teammates these days, these young college-age women are crazy. They're like, what, in order for you to get a roster spot, they made me drink a whole bottle of Hennessy. They told me to, eat 4 Popeyes biscuits with no water. I almost died and choked to death. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's like, again, if you're going through all this crazy stuff at a team, maybe you should try to talk to the sports director, bring the police into it. But all this, hitting the freaking transfer portal and trying to homie hop and team hop, enough.